Okay. Last session, I believe the recap was actually done by Corey,
Yeah.
and I don't think I specifically said Corey take inspiration, so I hope you did that, or do that now if you didn't before.
Yes. You got it.
Okay. Uh,
Thank you.
yeah. So who wants to recap this time?
I apparently still have inspiration.
Oh, Julie recap. I haven't heard her recap in a while.
No.
No to the recap or no to I haven't done a recap.
Both of them at once, I suppose.
Okay.
Someone start recapping in 10 seconds, or nobody gets inspiration.
It all started when the Gofarian Sentinel was going to come bearing down on the Zillian capital embassy place. And then after that, we fought it, and it was a very big. That's all I really remember. We fought, and then we went to like. After that happened, we kicked its ass, and then the Kafarian showed up. No, showed up to turn it off, and then Alistair at the time was about to royally kick that Kafarian's ass, but then it was like, no, this wasn't our doing, and then we're like, whose doing was it? And then we're like, okay, so there are. Yes, and then
Possibly the Mendeshan.
the Mendesians, and then we were like, okay, we have two objectives. We got to go take this Kafarian back home, and then we got to go find the Mendesian and go like root him out or whatever, hunt him down. And then so we split the team into two teams. There was us, obviously, to escort the Kafarian back home, and then Claren, Drali, Kershaw, and Armala were going to. That's what their names, right? Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to go hunt for the Mendeshan. And then after that, we respectfully went on our missions, and then Alistair revealed he's not really Alistair. Alistair's been dead for the last like 10 years.
5 years.
He's the older brother. No, 5 years. He's the older brother, Chad. And then he told him the backstory to Naruto music. And we were going to go to. I forgot what the plan was called. Kofaria? Was it Kofaria? No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we were going to Kofaria. And then we were traveling. And after the story was told, we had gone to a dark nebula, which is this weird black void of space or something or other. And yes, and then we went on a drug trip, and we all like died, but we didn't. And Chad met a dude, and we were all at the tram, and then we were all in a boat, and then we weren't. But the boat was on not water, and then I think we exited the nebula and then ended the session.
Yeah, that was about as logical as that went. The only thing I want to add and clarify is with the Kofarian Sentinel, basically the conversation was that it must have been sent by Kofarians, but it doesn't make sense it was sent by Kofarians. And that's partly why you're going to Kofaria to basically figure out like what the fuck's going on, and also Hera's coming with you.
Hera's coming with us.
Yeah, well, she is with you at the moment, but yeah.
I wonder if Hera also went through that drug trip.
Oh, we should ask her.
Well, anyway, so as you sort of like, oh, by the way, I hope you all did actually level up to level 6.
Oh yeah.
Well, I remember to do
I think
that.
I did that.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I did that.
if you want to go, I think Michael and Julie, you could go find a feed if you want to spend the time to do that, but I don't know.
All you have to do is look down at the ground.
Shut up.
I'm scared of looking up for feed on the internet.
Lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, so anyway, you come basically like, you're as you sort of all kind of come to focus again from that vision, experience, dream, whatever that's already kind of fading from your memories. The ship sort of the gravity drive turns off, and you see yourselves sort of approaching a planet, and I would like you to do perception rolls.
Read perception rolls.
Perception. Where's my character sheet? Ah,
First
there it is.
roll of the night. Let's go.
Let's do this.
There we go. Starting off with the 24.
Nice. Let's go.
Keep it coming.
Let's go roll perception +2, right?
I always get confused.
21. Yeah,
I always
boy.
get confused between perception.
Oh no.
Julie, that was persuasion.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay.
I missed, like, I only got a 6.
Well, Eldon's just like tripping the fuck out, I guess.
Yeah, really. It was a 24, which is sad.
Yeah. But the rest of you look out and you see there's kind of two main things you notice. The first is that you notice the star. The star that Kafaria orbits is real big and very deep red. That said, it's pretty far away. And so it's not like hot really, but it's very large. It's very deep red. And then looking at the planet itself, you notice that it's mostly sort of a mix of white and black.
Okay.
You don't really see any water, and you don't really see many features at all. It just sort of looks like a black and white mishmash.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you guys are at 22 and 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys do happen to notice that there are sort of several. What a lot of the black is actually a lot of mountain ranges that are sort of going around the planet, and you happen to notice. I don't know, because you have like the super zoom vision, that like the reason
I have
why
glasses.
yeah, sure.
Hi.
The reason why there's so much white is because it's a lot of snow.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
the
So it's by a big ass star, but there's snow.
yes, the planet is pretty far away from the star.
Oh, it's far away.
So, you and the Kafarian will just sort of say, well, the Kafarian will sort of come forward and kind of tap in some stuff into some sort of control panel. Even though it's Hera's ship, he seems to know what he's doing. And basically, I mean, you can also just kind of see. It looks like he's sort of sending some sort of like code or something. And there's some sort of like
Can I make an
acknowledge.
intelligence check to identify what he's doing.
Sure, yeah.
Thanks. Or insight.
Insight, yeah, that works.
Okay. I think I have insight. I just want to kind of be. Well, really, probably it's more out of curiosity than suspicion, but either way, I want to know.
Okay, 23. Yeah, from you, I mean, again, you don't like it is like, you know, a different language than what you know, but you recognize the process of basically it's the sort of kind of standard like I'm sending the code so you know what kind of person is approaching so you don't shoot me out of the air
Gotcha.
kind of maneuver. And it does seem to get approved. And so the Kafarian will sort of turn to you and say, "We will land at the ambassador's hangar, and we will immediately take a platform over to my place. There we will.
Very good.
There you will stay."
Very good.
All right.
Do we have an audience or meetings with anybody tomorrow?
The Kafarian will just say, "I will meet. I have a feeling that if several Zelinian military personnel suddenly just kind of push their way into the administrative council, that will not have the best optics."
Oh, yeah. No, that's a very good point.
And Hera will say, "I should still come with you. You should have someone to speak for the Zelinian Empire." And the Kavarian thinks about it for a moment and then says, "All right, fine, you may come. But the rest of you should stay and do not leave until you get a signal. Understood?"
Crystal.
Mm-hmm. And I see what looks to be snow blanketing those mountain peaks. So, is there a certain way we should dress for the occasion when we're called up?
Well, current temperature at the administration seems to be, insert temperature scale here that is not what humans use. But human equivalent would be 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Damn.
And so as you sort of move down, the ship kind of descends.
Yo, never mind.
Okay.
Your audio like wigged out for a second.
Oh. Okay. I don't know.
The bar train just went by. I don't know if that might have had something to do with it.
I didn't hear that from you. Actually, if anything, Corey, you're kind of quiet.
Oh, interesting. I've been getting that a lot with this.
But I don't know. Anyway, it's not that bad. So, the ship starts descending, and you end up seeing, again, there's a little bit of cloud cover as you go down, but as you sort of come, closer to the surface, you end up actually realizing that there is actually a large city below you that you didn't even notice at first, because the buildings are all just like white blocks. They blend in kind of perfectly with the surrounding, and it's very, like, it literally looks like it's like the perfect grid where every single building is like a cube and it all lines up kind of perfectly like that. Some of them are slightly larger than others, but it all is lined up again with like extreme precision. And again,
They grew up playing Legos.
and you do see some mountains in the distance as well. But yeah, and you can see the time right now. It sort of seems to be you do see the star that's relatively. It's not like sunset really, but it's far away, and again, it's very dim red. So even though the star is very large, it's very dim red, and there is this sort of, you can even see some like the star. It kind of looks like a night sky almost, even though you can literally see the parent star in the sky. So yeah, and as the ship sort of descends, as the ship descends,
we dance.
Yeah, you end up approaching a building that has its doors, so it has the roof sort of slide out off, and you head down and enter, and welcome to Kofaria.
Oh, thank you.
So, as the ship lands, and again you sort of come out, you're in again what looks like literally like the roof sort of the building sort of slides back over, and you literally feel like you're in just like a box. There's like almost nothing else in the area, but there is sort of like a small kind of rail, like think like a monorail kind of thing, like a small one that is sort of set up on the side that seems to be heading sort of a bit down and off to the side. And the Kofarian sort of leads you all over to that so you can sort of stand on the platform. And after pressing a button, the platform just kind of zips away into some sort of tunnel. By the way, you can interrupt me if at any point if you want to, any characters want to say something.
So the Kofarian goes there.
He's leading you. He's leading you with them, so you're all coming with him. And after a bit, it sort of pretty suddenly stops, and you're in. You basically see what looks like just like a really small sort of like landing where the platform stopped, and all you see is a very brief sort of staircase upwards toward a single door. And he leads you up and through the door, and you enter what looks like literally the most basic possible living like space you can imagine. Um, there, there's literally no furniture. Again, it's like a white box. There is in the corner. There is another door on another side, and in a corner there is what looks like think like a tanning bed.
Ooh.
And that's literally it. There's nothing else in here.
Question: Do Chorinar like gnomes?
Whoa, Corey, you are now extremely quiet. Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
I'm gonna turn my volume up.
I think you're trying to speak. Yeah, sorry, I can't hear you either.
He is speaking. I can barely hear it. My only guess is it sounds like you're really far away from your mic.
Does this sound any better?
That's
That's
much
a
better.
little bit better.
That's definitely better.
I need to change. I need to ramp the volume up here.
Well, I guess Anna will comment to Eldon and just be like, looks like they're going the minimalistic approach. And honestly, with an organized space like this, I dig it.
Kidding? No wonder these guys are so bland. It looks like they live in an ice cube tray.
Yeah, really. Yeah, can you guys hear me better now?
Like, very slightly.
You're still quiet, but it's at least better than it was a moment ago.
Well, Nereid, having one item in the room just means it's near impossible to lose anything else.
There's a point in
How's
that.
that?
Nope.
How's that?
Same.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, more or less.
You're a really good headset. Why is this being funky? Okay, hold on. I want to switch to a different audio device there. I'll be back.
I'll be back. We're gonna admire this tanning bed then. So Anna's gonna walk up to it, I guess.
Do an either investigation or arcana.
Okay. What is this curious device? 17.
You're gonna Goldilocks that bad?
Yeah, so from what you could tell, you sort of you could kind of lift. It has a lid to sort of lift, and it does sort of look like it's not again, it's not a tanning bed. There is a sort of cavity in it, and you could see that basically someone could sort of lie down in there and then close it. And
is there anything inside?
It's slightly padded, and that's it.
With a pillow or something?
Not even a pillow, just the lining of the container is slightly padded.
Oh.
And the Gofarian turns and says, "That is where I sleep."
Okay. Oh, my apologies. And Anna quickly puts the lid back on and whistles as she shuffles back to the group. So this is your room, I take it then.
This is my living quarters. Yes.
So do Kafarians have any sense of individual identity?
Well, we all have our own individual function.
Well, yeah, not everyone does.
What is your individual function?
To be awesome.
To be ambassador.
So you are
Both to
ambassador.
individual. Well, no, I am one of several. In fact, I am relatively low ranked. My superior was killed.
Seems to be awesome.
Oh, Corey is louder, and You sound
Very
different.
bassy.
He dropped the bass.
Went through second puberty.
Oh, stop.
I
Isn't
mean,
that just like menopause? Oh wait, never mind. I'm the only one without a Y chromosome. Carry on.
I was gonna say Eldon's is 4 feet tall and maybe can still grow.
Eldon just turns and just also like, hello? Like really deep.
Towers above.
We didn't know the Eldon's race actually goes through like a second metamorphosis.
Okay. How does I sound now, guys?
Your volume is fine, the quality is just really weird. It's like, yeah, it's like there's some kind of weird like distortion over it that makes you sound really bassy and kind of weird.
What?
You sound like you're in Sandy's tree dome and you have the bowl over your head.
What?
All right. So how does is this?
Oh, there
any
we
better?
go.
Is this
That's
perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. default?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for that, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
problemo.
I'll be right back.
Wait, so what is the Kofarian like wearing?
Like, think like, not like, not like
How basic?
Yeah, like
versus-
really basic. Think almost like monk robes, but not like old or tattered. Just like, you know, really simple cloth that's like over their body.
Okay.
But it's not like, you know, again, it doesn't look old or like poor. It just looks, it's just simple.
Mm-hmm. It just blends in.
Yeah. And of course, do you have further questions about my species?
None over here.
Yeah, but what's your name?
S67K0.
Eldon has to work to kind of keep his expression neutral.
Yeah. Anna's rolling her eyes, but she has glasses on, so no one can see it.
I'm gonna make a perception roll.
Okay.
Is he gonna
Chance
notice
to,
your
like-
rudeness?
Here, let me roll this.
Oh, 17 perception. He'll notice
Should I
that
do
you're sleight of hand, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Or something.
Or deception.
Oh.
15. He'll notice and just be kind of like, I'm aware that we have a different way of living and functioning than most others do, but it works.
Okay. Well, that's what matters.
Although speaking of working, that's what I must address the administration about.
Of course. Best of luck with your meeting.
Yes. I imagine you will not be perceived well if you have multiple Zillian military people wandering the streets of the administrative zone.
Even if those military personnel are the one who escorted your hide over here?
Well, considering they apparently sent a sentinel to destroy people who were supposedly meant to escort me here, yes.
And yet we escorted you back home.
I am
And you
just-
let us willingly come into your planet.
That's what S67 here is gonna go do. Is like let them know, hey, look, these guys aren't bad, and we have to uncover this mystery. He's gonna vouch for us, right?
That's a way of putting it.
I
Well,
hope
then I'll
that's-
lead you to it. Is Hera here?
Yep, Hera's just kind of been watching your conversation unfold.
Right. Chad's gonna turn to Hera. General, if you require any assistance, you call us. We'll come running.
running.
Of course, that's the plan.
Sweet.
And they will just sort of say, well, if that is all that is needed to be addressed, we shall go.
All right.
Wait, so are we left in this room, or do we have another
That's
guest
it.
quarters?
That's the room.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
Safarian and Hera will head out the other door that you did not come through, and as they open the door, again, you get a blast of sort of really cold air, and you do see like a light layer of snow sort of on the ground in front, but you don't really see besides that when the door closes. And so you are left alone in this room that has one thing in it.
Yeah.
I also, you know, just to flavor this also, how tall is Nereid?
No.
Oh, she's like 6'4".
Okay.
Ooh.
You. How tall is Alice or Chad? I'm gonna fuck this up for the entire campaign. You realize that, right?
Hang on, let me go check. I don't know. I want to say he's like somewhere in the 6 feet. I don't even have it written down. What the?
Okay, well,
we
either
can-
way, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say that the height of this room is 6 feet.
What?
Very
Wait, how
distinct.
tall was S?
Like 4 feet.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I
Well,
can
Anna's gonna ask Nereid, you comfy in here?
No. I'm not comfy with anything here. Not comfy with being here, not comfy with being accused. I'm not even comfy with him. Points at Chad.
Why not?
But he's not so bad, and he's like just been open and honest with us. So I mean, now we can be super comfy with. I mean, well, you know, comfy is.
I think you've said
Alright.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand over here. A couple away.
We can be super comfy with each other.
Yeah, I'll say this entire room in terms of size is, you know what? I'm going to based on like how I'm gonna actually sort of like sort of hide areas of this like what's in front of you, so you kind of see how big the room actually is.
Oh,
So
the walls come caving in.
okay, so the room is only that big.
Damn.
So it's,
okay, and no windows.
No
Just one
windows,
door?
just that door.
And where's the bed?
let's say it's the corner. It's the corner by Anna.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I guess Anna's pacing around, and she's like, "Well, we'll be in here for a little bit, so I guess I should check if there's anything else other than S's bed."
Yeah.
And can Anna quote cast detect magic, but it's probably just to see if there's like electrical signals or anything else
yeah,
for power.
sure. You don't need to roll for that. It's just like tell you, right? Or what?
Yeah, probably unless there's something hidden. Let me just. It says you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, maybe / electricity or whatever. And you learn School of Magic, but it would be blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
I will compromise and have you roll Arcana with advantage.
Arcana with advantageous.
Let's go. 22.
Okay, so you kind of scan around and you see that there is actually a lot of stuff like sort of built into the walls. You don't see anything with like normal vision. It looks like pure wall, it looks like flat wall, but there's a lot of like both like wirings and also you see like shapes sort of in the walls as if like there's like compartments behind some of the walls.
Do these wires lead to a particular opening, or are they just a jumbled mess?
They're over all the walls.
Okay. Yeah, Anna will just say the walls look nondescript, but there's definitely a lot more going on than what we can see. Electrical wires behind it seem to be powering, I guess, every side of this room. It's possible they have this room. Well, it's possible anything could be set up here. Cameras. We don't even know if there's any semblance of privacy.
My guess, probably not. But I guess that just goes to stand. Don't touch anything.
There would be only one object to touch, and it's his.
And you also touched it already.
Yeah.
Don't
Literally, the first thing anyone did when they stepped in is touch the one thing in the room.
And we said there's no windows?
No windows, just the two doors.
Okay. Well, got any stories to tell?
I already told you mine.
I will say, if you want to do something to pass the time, you could choose to do some like a training thing.
I think we should do that.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay, so, yep, just whatever, the standard rules as before, D20 to roll for whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll? Let's go see. What can Mr. Chadwick learn?
Chadwick. Uh-oh.
That's not his real name.
Oh no.
I guess survival.
Reborn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Corey
so I
gets
get
14. Chad gets 12. Anna gets 2. Anna, what were you? Training?
Medicine.
Okay. And Chad was survival. What was Corey? What was Eldon doing?
I think Eldon was doing investigation.
Okay. Again, I hope you're all keeping track of this.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course we are.
Okay.
Oh, I am at least.
I
Uh,
keep track of my EXP and also the number of Ferris mains and Bunnet clubs we have.
oh yeah, that.
If we're gonna lug around body parts of animals, gotta keep track of it.
Nereid, are you Oh, we got 13. What was that for?
Stealth.
Okay. You're being
Nice.
sneaky in this room. Well, okay, this,
Yep, hiding behind a bed that's smaller than you.
I mean, see, you're practicing, crouching and, walking around while crouching. See, it's sneaky. Okay. Well, time has passed, and it's, been, several hours, and there's been nothing. No message. You don't hear any noise outside. It's as if literally nothing has happened.
Yeah, Eldon, who's been kind of crawling the walls already, is like, I think we should go take a peek outside and see what's going on. We can try and keep our weapons hidden. I mean, if we just walk, then we should be. If we just walk casually, we should be okay.
You want to go disobey our humble host?
Well, Anna will say, maybe there's something so that we can fit in. Can Anna just check to see? Yeah, okay. Anna will check to see if there are any of those robes, like the monk robes or whatever, that S67 is wearing. Can Anna open up that pod again?
There is nothing else in the pod.
So like no extra clothes or anything.
Nope.
Doesn't look like it. I guess he only has one set of
Wow.
attire.
Wow. Just when I
Unfortunately.
thought it couldn't get more depressing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, how does he wash it?
Well, hopefully he washes it.
Did
Well.
we at all, in our travels, notice any body odor from S67?
I won't make you roll. I'll just say no, you did not.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, well, Anna will just say, well, that's unfortunate. Looks like we don't have any other Kofarian attire to wear. If we're gonna go out, it'll be as is.
And even if we did get Kofarian outfits to wear, we don't look a thing like Kofarians.
That is very true. Eldon
We wouldn't
replies.
look a thing like Kofarians, but it could be a nice gesture. But it wouldn't happen anyways.
All right, well.
So there were two doors. Like, I'm assuming we came in from one door.
Yep, you came in from one door, and S67 K0 and Hera left through the other door that goes outside.
When we came in, was it just a straight hallway?
It was
To
up
get to
some.
this
It was up some stairs, but it was straight.
Yeah, and we didn't see any other extensions or rooms from where we came in.
Nope.
Okay. And was the door to leave? Did they need like a key or something, or was it just they walk up to it and it automatically opened up?
There's like a panel to activate it, but it didn't seem like there was any key. It was just sort of a button.
Okay. Well, Eldon, do you want to at least get some fresh air?
Yeah, yes, desperately.
Yeah, we're stuck. It's pretty stuffy in here. Like, literally, if I jump up, I can touch the ceiling, and that never happens. So Anna will go up to the panel. And is there just one button on it?
Yeah.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Okay. This button looks correct. Press.
The door opens. The door opens, and again, you get hit with a blast of very cold air.
Mm.
Good lord, it's cold.
There's fresh air, all right.
Yeah. That's bracing.
And
Where's-
if Anna looks outside,
Yeah, what do we see?
You see a 10-foot wide street. A little bit more, like 15-foot wide street.
Okay.
And all along it are, again, these sort of, like, blocks. This literally, like, cubes of white, pure white, that seem identical to the one that you're in now. Just all lined up.
is the street completely empty? Are there any townsfolk?
The street is empty. There's a light dusting of snow on the ground, but not enough to really impede any progress.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know what's worse, being out there or being in here.
You know, I'll have it's a close shave, but I'll take being in there because at least out here there's places to go and a little more oxygen.
Cool. Do you want to pick that ice cube or that ice cube?
So many choices.
Yeah.
I will say the
Um,
room that you were in was not. It was. I mean, it wasn't warm, but it was definitely warmer than what it is outside.
Mm-hmm.
like 30 or 40, and not 10.
So I'd say like 50 degrees inside
Okay.
and 10 degrees outside.
Okay. Well. And the buildings are really indistinct. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
actually, oh,
make a
okay,
perception. Make a
okay.
make a perception check.
Okay.
You can all do this.
Okay. No.
Again with a nat one
Poor
perception.
Eldon. Eldon's consistent.
Eldon is not perceiving.
Eldon's not used to the
Hold on,
cold.
it's like, that's ridiculous. Here, alright, hold up. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Anyone else get a roll perception? I mean, I got the 23, so I don't know.
I'll bite.
Okay.
Damn, 10.
Okay. Well, Anna, you notice there is, beyond at least the immediate rows,
Mhm.
there you do see a larger, cubic building
Cube, yeah.
in the behind several others.
So it's the same shape and stuff, but it's just taller than the rest.
Yeah.
Is it like 2-story or just a little taller?
It's kind of hard to. It's several blocks away, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
But it must be at least somewhat noticeably taller because since it is several blocks away, but you can still see it kind of stand out above the others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anna will just say, well, all the rest, like everything on this block seems to be completely identical. Probably just residential quarters like the one we're in. But you notice that building over there in the back? A little bit bigger. Could have more to it.
That one that leads more to it? Or like that one that seems to have more to it? Oh, well,
Yeah,
let me see if I
it's slightly different size than the rest.
well, let me see if I can find their tracks. And
Mm.
and if I could determine
Oh
if they went that way.
no!
Oh my
Eldon, I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my god, with the fucking sixes.
Eldon is not on his game today.
No, he's not, and it's fucking cold. Alright, well, or not.
Yeah.
Eldon, don't trip. No.
Eldon's like, let me look for some. He's literally like,
Look at the buildings.
he's like bending forward to like look at the snow, and then just like falls forward, like really
The
like slow
very
motion.
first step you take right
Yes.
outside
That is
when you
exactly
step
how that
out.
happens.
Just
No.
face plant into the snow.
Well, if there were tracks, there's not any anymore.
Yeah. Yop yop. Yop yop yop.
Well, okay. Okay. Anna will say, well, what do you think? We could take a look over there, and considering that we can see that building from here, from there we can keep tabs on if S comes back down to this quarter.
Sounds good to me.
Actually, let me check a thing.
Give me 1 second to get some water.
Yeah. Is anyone else here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this music makes me think of, do you know Tentacle Acres from SpongeBob?
Oh, yes.
It's like when you're living in that gated community and you've been living there for years and it's just drawing on. That's what this reminds me of.
Okay, I'm back. Have you made
Okay,
a decision?
Hey.
Okay, Anna, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that building in distance? Is it about 1 mile away or less or further?
Yeah, a mile sounds good.
Okay. Anna will say, she shuffles through her bag and she says, "Okay, looks like I still have one of these motion sensors. I can keep it inside of the room so that if anyone comes in, maybe if S comes back, we'll be alerted and we can meet back up with him." And with that, Anna's going to cast Alarm. So it'll be a 20-foot cube, and I guess she'll place it, centered, I guess, right behind the door. And basically, when a creature enters that area, I receive an alarm, but I have to be within 1 mile.
Okay.
And I can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. I'm just going to designate the 4 of us.
Okay.
And then Anna says, "Okay, so at least we'll know when he comes back. Or I guess if an intruder comes, but oh well."
Okay, that's been set.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's.
Is there a path towards that, the slightly larger building? Like, do we have to walk across all of these residential ones?
You don't. The road that you're at right now is like. Let me put it this way. So you see the building sort of like in front of you and a little bit
Mhm.
to the side, whereas the road in front of
Mhm.
you is like, side to side. So you don't see like a direct path there, but based on the layout and how you saw everything was kind of lined up like a grid before you, as you were flying in, you imagine there's probably some path that you can get to that's not super convoluted.
Okay. Yeah, with that in mind, this looks like a grid, and no one's straight ahead, so we can probably just go straight and then turn when we need to. So I guess Anna's going to start going straight.
Elvin will follow.
Is everyone
Great.
following?
On the straight and 15-foot narrow. Yep.
Snow.
Other 2 people, are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to, I guess. Keep them out of trouble.
Okay.
Yup.
Like always.
So you're walking, and again, you do some more perception checks.
Roger.
Will Eldon's luck continue?
A 13.
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
If he gets
23.
nat 1 again, does he get inspiration?
He got an
it's coming
8.
up.
It's going up.
Coming up.
Wait, do I get inspiration point?
Oh, from the thingy? Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot to say
inspiration.
that again. Julie, you're gonna roll perception.
Give me a second. Everything is dying.
F.
Alright.
Everything is dying.
Everything's not cool when it's running. When you're not plugged in, everything is dying.
Everything is dying. It's the natural order.
Agreed, it is. That is just the way of this world.
Is this Nereid's emo episode?
I know.
Okay. 17. All right.
Hell yeah.
So you're
The
walking.
best.
You're walking for a bit, and again, you're seeing nobody. There's nobody, even no movement whatsoever. It's like completely silent. You don't hear any sort of, you don't hear like any like ambient animal noises. You hear nothing as you're walking along. And you approach you approach an intersection, and the building that you're heading for, would be a turn to, let's say, the right at this intersection. And right as you're about to get to the intersection, Nereid, you hear footsteps.
Oh.
Ooh.
Heads up. Someone's coming.
And I will say specifically, I'll say 17 is good enough. You hear multiple footsteps, and you think they're bigger than Kofarians.
Ooh.
It's like, let's try and duck out of sight and see if we can see if we see them before they see us.
Okay.
Dodge. Alright, time to stealth.
Okay. Yes.
Stealth!
You may stealth. Hey, move it up. 17.
Yay!
Hide behind that nondescript building.
Right behind
I'm
this
gonna roll
conveniently
stealth
shaped
now.
lamp.
Yeah. Why is
The
this
size
lamp
of
a
us.
cube shaped also? No!
Natural 20, let's go! Oh,
Wow! Don't gotta be a dick about it.
Literally, I imagine
Damn.
everyone being like, scatter, and everyone like jumps off the different like sides of the street. Anna's just standing in the middle of the road, like, where'd everybody go? Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine the one area that I turn to, I make the first step and I slip.
No, imagine she's just like, I could tell based on the directional, like she's doing like these complicated like equations in her brain to figure out what the best hiding spot is. Meanwhile, everyone's just running and hiding.
Okay, so I'm in the center of the intersection. Hi.
Yeah, hold on. What the hell is happening? It's not Fireworks, actually. Never mind. Okay, hold on. I'm setting something up here.
something
A
else.
map for combat.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't mind me, just doing nothing, admiring the
Happens
trees.
when we don't listen to the person that actually lives here.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking about the snow, the nice, good snow that everyone's
Oh, yeah.
walking on. You like
Oh,
snow,
we live in
right?
California.
Yeah,
You can't
snow.
think about snow.
Snow.
I
Okay.
can think about snow. I live in Indiana now.
I live
Yeah,
here
you-
now.
Okay, here, I'm gonna reveal.
Snow gets old.
I imagine so.
Okay, so the black, you see the black things, right?
Like the buildings?
Yeah, those
on the
are
top?
those are buildings. So
Okay.
there. Let's say I'm gonna move you guys kind of back a bit. So let's say I'll just kind of stick you guys back, kind of the rest of you back here,
Mhm.
and Alistair's gonna be just like back behind in the void because he got the net 20.
You
I'm
mean
just-
Chad?
That's fine. See, I told you I'm gonna fuck it up every time, and I'll just go right there.
Yeah.
And what happens basically as Ada sort of trips and face plants, you see marching up.
What? Oh, it's you! Damn.
Oh, the
Have
gun.
I seen these in a training simulation before?
Yep. You don't need to do a roll. Those are Scudum.
Hi.
Ooh, okay.
And
okay,
everyone.
wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, do I remember? Like, so we're
about
actively
to
at
make
war with them right
friends.
now,
Or
or is it like a Cold War?
It's
or
sort
is
of
it like
a Cold War, but it's. Let me just say. Well, let me put it this way. Roll initiative.
okay.
Yeah,
not very Cold War like,
Right.
kill on
Holy
sight
moly.
like.
Oh man, it's those scrotum things that not Chad mentioned.
Yeah. Oh my God, 19. Please be enough.
Okay, that's gonna be a 17. I don't wanna. I'm just gonna sit back. They don't know I'm here.
Yeah, the only one they see right now is Anna, so. You could be mean.
Rude.
Okay. Sentinel can go by.
I think you turned on the turn order thing before Eldon and I did initiative.
Yeah, whatever. I'll just.
Or after we did it, so it didn't register.
You said
Yeah.
17. Oh,
Oh
21.
my god.
For once, Nereid has good initiative.
Damn!
Anna had 19. Krishal is gone. Air is gone. Is everything else right? Yeah. These are high initiatives. Well, let's see what happens. Hold on 1 second. $11.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, and to commemorate your encounter with Scudam for real,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Does Anna get to say one thing before she dusts herself off?
Hey, a 6-hour version of something. This should be
6
enough for
hours.
this. This should be enough for this combat. I would hope.
Hopefully.
We're gonna have to fight the entire Scudam army ourselves.
Yeah, we kill these 4, but then there's like they keep rolling in.
Man, I should have invested in.
Eh? I did the ad. Is it too long? There we go.
Ooh, interesting.
Why do we
Can
have
Anna
to-
just say one thing?
Yup.
Yeah, she just says,
Good.
Scudam, what are you doing here?
Alright. Combat begins.
Okay.
They just immediately sort of raise their weapons at you. Nereid,
Are
you're
these
first.
guns?
Yeah, they have guns.
Damn.
Oh shit, he's
That's
got a
okay.
knife. Oh wait, no, a gun. That's worse.
I have a gun. I mean, I have a gun too.
He's got a gun. You idiots! We've all got guns.
Well, all but one.
You have.
Well, I don't think Nereid even has a gun.
Oh yeah,
no,
nearly all
I
but
brought
2.
a spear to a gunfight. Take that.
Okay, well, you're first with your spear, so if you want to jump out of your hiding place.
Oh fuck, 10.
Oh.
That's a miss.
Cool, I have multi-attack. Take this.
Take what?
Ooh.
Okay, that
That.
hits.
18
17.
to the
Okay.
face. Yeah.
Oh wait, I was looking at the damage. I saw 13. So wait, take what?
Which one were you aiming at?
That one.
Okay.
Oh, Nereid's not even on the board. What the fuck?
You're behind the right building.
I'm just gonna put another Nereid here because I'm too lazy.
Okay. So you ran out to do that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait!
Hmm.
Oh fuck me! I like completely forgot.
Yes.
Oh no, it doesn't even matter because I like don't get sneak attack damage or anything. So fuck it. Wait a minute. We're rolling initiative? So does that mean like I know I go first anyway, but does that count as a surprise round?
No,
Or
this is
like
not a
the
surprise round because of
Eh,
the
okay.
because of Anna being a dingus.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna run out and like pick up Anna and politely
Oh.
put her behind me, and then throw a spear at them. So yeah, take that.
Okay, so the 17
Ooh.
damage for that one. Okay.
Yee.
All right, you hit the one on the right. Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Eldon.
Eldon, sneak attack! Gonna pull his rifle out and shoot. Also at the one on the right.
Oh, damn. Okay. You shoot the one on the right, and it goes down.
Alright, cool.
All right. Anything else you can do?
Oh yes, I'd like to Do we have extra attack yet? I was gonna look that up, but
You
Yeah.
don't.
Fighters do.
You don't get extra attack though from your class.
oh, right, okay. All right,
Yeah.
well then I'm gonna use my move action to duck back behind a building and stealth that I'm out of
Okay.
range here.
Yep. Stealth 10. Well, let's see.
Oh, actually, well, hold on. Let me re-roll that because I have expertise in stealth. So, actually, if we could just no, I'll do that next time.
Okay.
So
sorry.
that doubles your proficiency, though.
Yeah, the
Expertise.
thing should have already taken into account.
Well, you have to click the checkbox for it, but you can add another.
It showed my
3.
proficiency, but because of I think it's a scout feature. We get, or no, I think it's a rogue feature. Getting like the expertise, you get expertise in 2 skills at a time, and then I just got 2 more expertise at level 6. So
Yeah.
we get you get double the proficiency bonus.
Yeah. Well, here. Do you want me? There is a way to edit that in. You want me to do it for you?
Sure.
Okay. So you did stealth
Because
and.
I had it in down here. Just have to go to a different spot.
Okay. You had it for what? Stealth and what?
Stealth, perception. Sorry, stealth, persuasion.
Stealth and
Ooh.
persuasion as
And-
expertise. Okay.
That's right.
Those 2, stealth and persuasion.
Hold on a second. So, I think I had it in one more skill. Weird for a second.
I was editing it, so if it looked
Okay.
if it looked weird.
All right. So persuasion, nature, and stealth.
Nature. Okay, I'll go back and edit it again.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, how it should work? You can just click the thing like normal, and
Okay.
it'll get the bonuses. So for now, I'll just get based off of the 10. So you rolled the 10, but it would be plus 3 more, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was a
Yep.
13. Okay. So it was a
Yeah.
13. I will roll now. These guys roll perception.
Ooh!
Okay, you're hidden.
Even a 10 would have hidden.
Yep.
I hit
Damn!
secret for nothing. Oh well.
Okay, Anna.
Anna says she's just like, why the fuck are the Scutum in Kofaria? And she will trigger some spiral patterns that come out from her glasses. And she casts Hypnotic Pattern, a cube that encapsulates all 3 Scutum. They must make wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Wow, 16, 6, and 8.
Okay. So it's going to be a 30-foot cube. So just in case there happen to be more around the corner,
You want to draw
it'll
it?
start here and like go a little bit up. Maybe 6 feet. There.
Okay.
So it's a 6x6 square.
Okay.
Anyways, all those that failed the wisdom save, so one of them succeeded, but the other 2 failed. They are charmed for the duration. The creature would be incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Okay.
The spell ends if it takes any damage, or someone else uses an action to shake them out of their stupor.
The green means it's not affected.
Okay. And Anna will just move right there.
Okay. All right, Chad.
I don't even know if I should do anything because, like,
You are ultra hidden right now. You are in the void.
literally, I am the void. Like, I don't want to have to give up my voidness.
But there's a Scutum, and they killed your brother.
Kill you, if you don't shut up.
Oh! Yeah, for all the talk about Ulaanbaatar.
Okay, fine. 3 shots. This gentleman right here.
All right.
Okay, first one is gonna be. Right now, I'm gonna go get my notebook because math. First one is gonna be a 22. 22.
Hit.
Second one is going to be a natural 20.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Super hit. And then this is for the pistol. I'm not lying. That's another natural 20.
Okay, well, make your damage rolls.
Okay. A D8,
Had to
right?
give up my point for you.
Literally. So that's going to be okay. So 6.
Tell me what the damage is as you roll them, because if you do end up killing him before you used all your shots, I'll let you shoot and hit another one. So.
Okay, so the first one is going to be 6 damage, 4
Okay.
plus 6. The second one is going to be after doubling it as 18.
Okay.
So
Damn.
the 2 rifle shots.
Yep. And pistol.
And pistol is going to be okay. So it's going. I rolled a 3 plus 2 is 5 times 2 is 10.
Okay. The dude on the right is just barely alive. And also now that you attacked him, he's not what's it anymore.
Yeah, he's not charmed anymore.
And I'm not in the void.
Yeah.
Eh.
Here, so I'll move you there. You're half in the void.
I'm half in the void. What else can I do? Okay, I'm going to
You have a bonus
I guess-
action.
yeah. But wait, no, I
Well, no,
didn't-
you
I
already
don't
did the
know
bonus
that.
action, so there's
Yeah,
kind of nothing
right.
you can do. Unless you really want to action surge, but I don't know if you want to use that now.
Well, against these peons, they're not worth it. These plebeians.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's gonna end my turn.
Okay. Well, it is now the Scooter's turn. And I'll say, let's go. The one on the right, who's like almost dead, is going to use his turn to basically make sort of very high pitched, like sort of whirring sound.
Ugh.
And that's all he's gonna. And he's gonna do that. And yeah, that's all. Well, he's gonna make the whirring sound, and then he's gonna move.
Can Anna make some sort of intelligence roll to see if in the training simulation if that's to call in for reinforcements?
Sure.
Intelligence or nature?
Do intelligence.
17.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Let's see. This other one is going to use their action to shake this one out of their stupor.
Ugh.
And then this one is going to specifically well, here, I'll roll. Okay. They're going to target Anna.
Mhm.
And
Oh! Oh!
okay, so what's your AC?
It is 13.
Okay, you get hit once.
Mm?
4 damage. Wow, that sucked.
Interesting. Okay. Ow.
Okay, Nereid, your turn again. Oh, and actually, we'll also have them both kind of step forward out of the region.
Yeah. Fuck
Oh yeah. If you want, you can clear that region. It doesn't matter anymore.
you. 17.
Oh,
So
well, I
the
mean,
one
you.
nearest to me.
Okay. Well, if I clear it, then I'll clear other drawings. So screw it. whatever.
Okay, sure.
17. Just
Yeah.
to hit. Yeah, that hits. So that's 15 damage.
Mm-hmm. Second attack.
12
13.
more damage. Okay, still up. Hurting, but still up.
Fuck.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Eldon?
I want to go for the one on one of the two in the top row, the one closer to me.
Okay.
All right, popping out. Sneak attack. Does
It
a 14 hit?
It does not.
Wait, if my 13 hit, how come 14 doesn't hit?
Because I'm stupid. And it did not hit. The 13 did not hit.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
Avenge me.
okay,
Yeah.
so you missed. Do you want to try
Yeah,
to
so-
hide again?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of freaking out. All right, and using my new expertise, stealth.
If he was hidden, did he get a bonus at all?
Wow.
Or nah?
No, it's just for the sneak attack damage.
Okay.
It's just that also if he has advantage for other reasons, he also gets the sneak attack damage.
Yep.
Okay. Well, nope. You just, I imagine Eldon like pops out from the corner, shoots, and then goes like run back into the corner, and so just like runs into the building.
No.
Yeah.
Like tunk, ow.
Right.
You missed the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Ugh.
yeah. Anna.
Okay. What do we got here? All right. Can Anna just? Yeah, I mean, Anna's like, ugh, reinforcements. Can she cast Blink on herself?
Yep.
That will be her turn. D20 says 12. Bye.
I think you might have been to this one already. Let me see.
I think this was the Mardi Gras one.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
So you end up popping back on top of this sort of cliff, overlooking.
The massacre.
Yeah, except now you see, while this is happening, you see sort of from kind of off to the side, a large group of people basically sort of trying to force their way through. And it's very bloody and very violent as they try to force their way through this just mass of just people. And you still see this purple, purpleness in the air. And you end up blinking. When you blink back into existence, you have disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Total carnage. Damn.
What did you just do, Aaron?
I witnessed, I guess, a massacre of some large group of people through another group of people, and I was on top of a cliff, so I couldn't do anything about it. And I was only there for a brief moment before I got blinked out.
He cast a blink, and I've made up sort of like what the blink ends up transferring to him to.
Okay.
And
Some
of them,
war going on in a different area.
Yeah, and some of them have effects that are bad. But some of them are good. You just haven't. Well, you got the book, but besides that, you haven't gotten anything really good. Okay. Anyway, Chad.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is my turn. I'm going to shoot this one in the mouth.
Okay. You also
But
just
first-
witnessed Eldon in front of you run right into a wall.
He's just going to look at Eldon running into a wall, just shake his head and says, "Fucking rook," and like aim his gun.
Oh.
Let's shoot at the.
Just don't roll that nat 1 because he's right there.
You will pay my failure with death.
We'll say though, on a 1, my stealth was still 11, so nothing to shake a stick at.
Okay, that's gonna be a 17 for the first one.
Yep, that's
Nice.
Okay, hit.
Okay, that's gonna be a. I'm only gonna say this like it's a natural 19 because of that what that entails.
Ooh!
Okay, yeah.
And then the pistol is gonna be. Damn! It's Nat 1!
Okay, well,
Uh-oh.
Okay.
first do the damage for the first two.
Okay. So I'm gonna envision this like I saved the 2 big boy rifle shots for the Scutum, and then I'm just gonna pop one in Eldon's leg with the pistol just for your failure.
Wow.
Give your Nat 1 any dignity.
I did! Okay, hang on. Okay, so 8. And then okay, so the first shot is going to be an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second rifle shot's going to be an 18, and then the Nat 1 shot's going to be a 5.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this guy's dead. And you said a 5? Well, hold
Yes.
on. I'll be nice. Okay, never mind. That works. Yeah, so you do shoot Eldon for 5 damage.
It's like pop, pop, reaching his whole asylum, pop a cap in his leg.
Eldon thought the worst feeling he would have would be his head crashing into the wall, but it was actually a shot to the leg.
Chad shooting him instead. Oh my god. Okay. You've done enough. Your turn is over. Okay. So again, this. Oh, I can move this. Let me just move it out of the way.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, there. All right. Well.
We just killed 3 of you, or 2 of you, now you bring 2 more?
The limping one's the one in front, right? Oh my god! Oh, I'm so mad that I did the area on the other side. Wow. Okay.
Or what you should have just blocked out the street. That would, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Well, it
So-
only works like at that one moment. but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So yeah, never mind. Okay. Wow. Let's see. Everyone is exposed, so I'm gonna roll. Okay, I'm just gonna go in order from like. Oh wait, Anna's blinked out, right?
For this round, yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I roll a d3.
Lucky.
Okay, 1 Nereid, 2 Eldon, 3 Alistair. Okay, Nereid gets the first attack.
Cool.
What's your AC?
Bleh. Let me see. God, it's the first time things have tried to hit me in a while. 16.
Okay. Take 8 damage.
Cool.
Alright, this is gonna take a while. That's Eldon. Eldon, what's your
Oh.
AC?
Oh, also 16.
Okay, you take... Whoa, 19 damage! God damn.
Should I finish him off?
19, like, did you say 19 damage?
Yeah.
Us. Well, that sucks. Well, I know how I'm shooting next.
I'll say that, yeah, well, okay. And you know what?
Yeah, which one did that to Eldon? Was it the limping one?
Yeah. This
Who
guy.
the fuck did that?
Yeah.
I can use my reaction of oh, what was it? The like the reactive dodge action that rogues get.
Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, well, so it was 2 shots, so you can use it on one of them. And...
Okay, on the 10.
Yeah, so it'll be then 14 damage.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Ew.
I will be nice, and I'll say... The action... Basically, the reinforcements action was coming up so the reinforcements will not attack this round.
Okay.
Because having 6 people attack right now feels unnecessarily cruel.
Yeah, we gotta pick off some of them.
Yeah, but okay, Nereid.
What is that called anyway?
Fucking hate it here. Let's see.
You guys decided to go on like down a stroll down Sunset Boulevard. This is what you get.
Yeah, no one was down the street, and
This
we're
is
dealing
not
with
normally what you get when you walk around someplace.
All you bitches, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Fuck you.
I love how that was like in sync.
Yeah.
Like you just don't care.
And when you
Okay.
had more syllables, you're just like, I'm gonna squeeze these in so that it rhymes and fits with the rhythm anyways.
I mean, that's from a song, but whatever. Okay. So who were you attacking?
I'm attacking this asshole here in front first.
Okay. Okay. He's still alive.
Fuck you. Okay, so then he gets that second one, that 10.
Yeah. Well, like, out of both of those, he's still alive.
What?
Nani?
Nobody attacked him. He had full health.
Oh, he's
Oh
the full health.
god.
Yeah,
Okay.
the right side green one is the one who was almost dead.
Yep.
Hey, let's see if I can finish that guy off.
Okay.
Okay. The one who popped you for, well, 19, dodge to 14. Alright. You are not getting sneak attack, but... you are.
Interesting.
Oh, not getting
Okay.
sneak attack on this one?
No, because this is after you ran into the wall.
Oh, yeah, totally fair. Okay.
Oh my god!
Bless America.
How is he?
Yes, I'm not.
This is it. Okay, how many dot ones have you had? Like, hold on. This is weird. 1, 2.
I think just 2.
Well, then the checks
They're
are
like-
like
I think
Well,
it was
okay,
like 2 in
but
a
we
row,
had
because
perception,
4,
perception, survival,
5,
running into the
5,
wall,
5
the
nat
rifle.
ones.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use my advantage die, my inspiration to
Okay.
refire.
To get the 18. To do the 18, you could just take it as advantage to do the 18.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Sweet.
so that does 10 damage. Again, you're hitting the one on the right of the two up
Yeah,
front.
I'm hitting the one that Julie is attacking.
Oh,
the left
dude.
one.
The one, this is the one Julia was attacking, or the one that had
Yeah.
shot you? Because those are different ones.
Is the one that shot me? Does the one that shot me have any damage to it?
Both of them are significantly injured.
Oh, then yes, the one that shot me that's significantly injured.
Okay, well, he's dead.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
dead. He's dead now.
Revenge fire.
All right, all is
Our
over. Okay.
favorites.
And I don't think I get my move action this time because I used.
You can move.
Or no, okay. So that count? Does that count as a? That counts as a reaction, right?
What?
The like having the damage.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
Okay, so then, yeah, I'm gonna use my move action to try and make a better stealth to hide this time. Take cover.
Yeah, you can still do that with the.
Cool.
So.
Okay.
Do that stealth. 21.
Much better.
Okay, will they perceive you? And I'll just
They
roll.
perceive me.
I will find out.
Oh, okay.
I
Nope,
perceive
they
you.
don't.
Well,
You are hidden. I will move you back behind the corner. Okay.
cool. Thanks.
Hopefully away from Chad shooting in the leg range.
Yeah.
Okay. Anna.
Okay. We are going to. Okay. So Anna pops back in and she's like, fuck, more of them. And she's going to slot in a pink colored lens as it fires some psychic energy towards green dot in the front. This is Dissonant Whispers. We're going to have you make a wisdom saving throw.
11.
All right. You will take
Oh, fuck.
12 psychic damage, green dot in the front. and you must use your reaction immediately to move as far away as your speed allows.
How about use the reaction to die?
Woohoo!
He uses his reaction to move all the way to heaven.
Yeah, that's right. Walk that stairway to heaven.
I just remembered. Oh my god! I remembered the scene from the movie Cats. I guess
Oh wait,
I
I thought you had
did.
to.
And it's a moment where like it's one of the dances and songs they have where one of the cats literally just starts like spinning up into the air and just yeets himself out of existence. So that's what I just pictured right now.
That happened to the Scootum. Bye.
Okay.
D20 at the end.
Yep.
15.
Oh, I don't think you've had that one actually.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh nope, you have had this one.
Oh.
You appear back on that rooftop. However,
the rave.
The rooftop. However, at this point, it's like crumbled. Like it's still standing, but it's as if some like a huge force just slammed into it. And you can see all the buildings around you are also very much like some are completely destroyed and others are just like severely damaged, kind of out of nowhere. It was as if like a huge earthquake just hit while you were gone.
Are the people still on the ground?
There are less people around, but there are still several on the ground. Although the ones that are on the ground, they look like they've been scorched, and they're like dead, like not alive. However, you do see a couple that seem to be kind of like peering out from like behind like rubble and buildings or whatever. But any of the ones that were like exposed on the ground, they're just dead, like burnt to a crisp.
Oh my god! Yeah, cataclysm happened.
And right before you blink away, you just see something large and something that is very large and very red, and then you blink out.
Oh no!
All right,
not what I wanted to see.
Chad.
Well, I mean, I don't think I have line of sight on the reinforcements, do I?
I think they still green for that.
Currently, no.
Currently, no, and that means I don't know they even exist. I'm gonna call out.
Anna yelled out.
Anna said, "Fuck! There's more of them."
Yeah, when she showed back up. So
yeah.
What do I do?
You'll have to come out of your half void hiding place.
Or let us make a bargain, if you even allow this sort of thing in your game. I'd like to hold my attacks, and which are my actions, like the 2 attacks, the multi-attack, and the bonus action. Like just prop up my gun somewhere. Hold the action on the condition that one of these Scootum enter my line of fire. And doesn't matter which one. So if like say this one just pops up like here or something, then that's when my shots will be fired, or this one,
okay,
etc, etc, etc. I'll just hold on to my action. Yep.
Okay, I accept that.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah.
Here they come.
All right. Well, they see 2 people right in front. Well, no, they see 1 person right in front of them. So
rude.
Sorry, Nereid. You're about to get fucking slammed. Actually, you know what? I'll be nice.
Oh.
Okay. This is okay. I'm gonna go left to right. So one on the left is going to shoot Nereid twice. Shoot at her twice. They both hit.
Yeah.
You take 12 damage.
Cool.
This one is going to run up and is about to whack you with some sort of kind of baton thing.
But
it triggers my trap card.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, the first one was a 14. Does that not hit?
Nope.
Damn it. Second one is going to be a natural 20. There we go.
Okay.
And Second hit's going to be a non-natural 20.
Okay.
All right, so D8, 2D or D and 4. So the second rifle shot's going to be a 14, and the pistol is going to be a 6. So a total of 20 damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, it's still up, and I'm gonna check something. Okay. Let me hold on. Oh, I'm in the wrong section. Oh no, it works anyway. Okay. All right. So anyway, he gets shot, but he's still gonna try to whack you.
Oh no.
Okay. Again, Nereid, what's your DC?
16.
Okay, the second one's gonna hit you for
Ow.
4 damage and make a dex save.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay, you're stunned.
Fuck.
No!
Now, well, this is awkward. This one's gonna run up and also attack Nereid.
Great.
Oh!
Oh, that one misses though.
Yeah.
Okay, take 4 more damage.
Oh my god, this is literally police brutality.
Double
This
stun.
one's gonna run up. And hit twice. For 13 damage in total.
Oh my lord.
Okay. Let's see. So basically, the stunning lasts like for this turn. So basically, you can't. For this turn, you can't do anything.
Cool.
That sucks.
So
Wait,
skip.
but at the end of her turn, is she no longer stunned?
Yeah, you're not. So basically, you just forfeit this turn, in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's something that somehow someone on their turn can do something that involves you, then you can participate. But
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of triggering attacks of opportunity, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Eldon. Eldon.
Do I need to shoot him again?
No! He's taken enough pain.
And he was hidden this time, so.
Yeah, so he's just playing to the character.
Fair.
Popping
Okay,
in when
yeah,
the
sorry,
moment
yeah.
is right.
I was looking up the dash action. Oh, well,
Ooh.
no need because they're moving. Alright, so let me shoot the Scootum that's closest to me. Here, pop out. Shoot Scootum.
Okay.
Sneak attack!
Ooh.
There we go.
Yep,
Nice.
20 damage. That's solid damage. Still up, though.
Alright, and then I'm gonna use my move action. Yeah, I'm gonna use my move action to hide. Or pop back behind, or take cover. Survival now.
Ooh!
Nice.
Okay.
Encroaching on the 30s.
Yeah, I mean, unless they rolls a nat 20. 17, okay. Rolled a nat
That
1
was
instead.
almost as good as they could have gotten.
Yeah. Okay, you're hidden again.
Sweet.
Okay, Anna, you pop back in to see literally 3 people
Yeah.
beating the shit out of Nereid right now in front of you.
Poor Nereid.
You,
Okay,
you-
I do blink. I'm there. I'm there. 10 feet away, blinking. But she can see that Nereid is still, she's no longer stunned, as in she's still actively ducking and trying to dodge and stuff.
Mhm.
So we are going to Dissonant Whispers, the bottom left.
Okay.
So, wisdom saving throw.
10.
The bottom takes 12 psychic damage and must immediately run away from Nereid. Or technically from me.
Okay.
Runs away
well,
from me.
Do they provoke attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Okay, well, they try to sort of stumble backwards, and Nereid comes in for the swipe.
Yeah.
Get him.
$18.
That hits, and it kills.
Yes!
Hooray.
Yes, murder.
Alright, and then I end with a d20.
Uh,
11.
Oh.
Wait, I die. Okay.
Okay, so you blink out, and you open your eyes, and you seem to be floating in a void. But it's not like there's nothing in front of you. There is stuff around you, but it's like trying to see it is like really hard. But if you focus, it almost seems like below you is like almost like a foam. However, in front of you is something that is so titanically enormous, you can't even really like comprehend what you're looking at.
Damn.
It's something truly enormous, flailing, smashing, just looks like the pure embodiment of just chaos and rage and violence. And
Oof.
roll a d10.
Crack and go away. 6.
Due to just the tremendous insanity of what you're seeing, you take 6 psychic damage.
Ow. Mentally scarred. Ew. Yeah, when we're talking about that foam at the beginning, I was like, slumber party, but nope.
Okay. Chad.
Chad. Yes, I'm Chad. I'm gonna shoot this guy with guns.
One
Like
on the right?
all of my guns, yes.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna forfeit my pistol attack bonus action to do something else.
Okay.
So right now it's gonna be only it's only going to be whatchamacallit. Well, depending if I kill it or not, we'll see. So 2 rifle shots. It's gonna be a 12 plus 5 is a 17.
That hits.
Second one's gonna be 11 plus 5 is 16.
That hits.
Swig. Right? D8s? Or 2 D8s, I guess. Okay. Okay, so the initial will be 17 points of damage.
Okay. That one's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that is going to cause issues. Well, depending on your call. I was going to forfeit the pistol attack for military student to have give Eldon advantage on the next attack. Will you allow me to transfer that to the next Kofarian? Scootum?
You shoot a random
Kofarian.
There's a random Kofarian just happens to walk up, and you're just like, ah! And you just shoot him. Okay.
Rook, attack my mark!
Wilhelm scream.
I don't know,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
your call.
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright, I'll just use military student to give him advantage on this next one and just say something generic like, Rook, attack my marks.
Okay. Well, it's the drone's turn. Let's see. Is this one gonna step forward? Yes, he will. And, well, at this point, let's see. Eldon's hidden, but... They're gonna attack Nereid anyway! Cool!
Stop the tasering!
This is literally like textbook definition of police brutality. They're just
Oh,
fucking
no!
beating 'em up.
Oh, but
I think it would be. I think this is textbook definition of like street war. I mean, because they have to be Kafarians for it to be police. brutality.
Okay, well, unfortunately, those both hit.
oh,
14 damage.
ew.
Oh, I forgot. Don't they get like advantage on the first hit or something?
No.
They had something. Yeah.
Well, 14 damage and make a dex save.
Why is there an X through Anna?
She's blinked.
All right.
Ooh, the 13. Okay, I'll say
oh.
I'll say you pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except now the second one is gonna decide what to do.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh, it's gonna actually try to shoot Alice or Chad. Fuck, whatever.
Alice Chad.
Alice Chad.
6, 7.
It hits.
15
Oh.
damage.
62 minus 15. What is that? Ha! A tickle!
47.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Nereid.
I am going to use Second Wind to gain back some points. Because I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I'm at 1 hit point.
Okay.
Okay. Da-da-da.
that did alarm us, but yes.
Yeah, and then this motherfucker who's hitting me, fuck you. Get out of my sight.
That
Ooh.
hit. Yep. Well, that's a 19.
Which one is this?
That's a net 19.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh!
So that's 28 damage.
Yeah.
It's still
Take it.
alive.
Oh my lord.
Jesus.
Which one is this bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
But-
second attack.
Yeah.
No.
Live through this, dickhead.
Fucking suck my dick, dude!
Okay. Yeah, it's not alive anymore.
Amazing.
Actually, I think you can edit. Here, do you want me to edit your? There's a way to edit your thing so that it shows up as a crit if you get a 19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
change
cool.
the range.
Yeah, let me do that.
That's what they get. We don't call Nereid a champion for nothing.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
a champion too.
Yeah, but you do get nat 20s normally.
Fair.
It stops getting exciting after like the 4th or 5th time.
Okay, let me just see.
Well,
I'm just gonna roll this a bunch to see if I get a 27 and it shows up. Stop getting that 20s.
You're getting 18s
Stop
and
wasting my nat
20s all the
20s.
Get a
time.
27.
Sure.
Oh my god. There we go.
There we go,
27.
yeah.
Okay, so it worked. I rolled like 3 nat 20s.
I'm wasting my nat 20s! You could have just waited for it to happen.
I wanted to make sure I got it right. Okay. Yeah, so that one's dead. Okay. There's one left. Eldon.
There's one left. Okay. Well, then in that that changes my plans. All right, let me pop out and shoot that one. Is it 15 hit?
It does. That's 21 damage.
Nice.
Oh boy!
Still up.
Alright. And then I'm
Rude.
actually going to take a I'm gonna take a dash action to get right up next to Nereid. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Anna.
Alright. Welcome back. And Anna will mind sliver the sucker. So
Eat him.
Intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence save?
Yep.
4.
All right. Take the 2 psychic damage, and you'll have the minus D4 in the next saving throw.
Okay. You blink out again?
Yeah, technically, in the situation, she would. But it doesn't work.
Okay. Alright, Chad.
The big boy guns doing the big boy things. Oh no.
Why am I in the line of fire? No.
Okay.
We're all fucked. Oh.
I will say whatever damage you roll will be half the damage. When it hits
Okay.
whoever. So roll for damage.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
I'm
so
just
that
roll-
one hits. Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying
Wait.
he's hitting one of you.
No!
Let's just-
But it'll be at half
We're gonna
damage.
hit.
But yeah. Who is that?
Yeah,
That's you.
probably me.
Anna? Okay.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Whatever your damage is, it'll be half.
okay. So do you want me to roll the other 2 attacks first, or no?
No, do this roll first.
Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be a 4 plus 2 is 6.
So 3
Half
damage.
is 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Ow, what was that for?
Get out of my way or get shot.
I'm not in your way!
Literally not in your way. Chad's just like, oh.
Get out of my way or get shot.
Okay.
Rude.
Okay, now do your
Okay.
4 attacks.
Okay, this one's slightly better. This one's an 18.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
and the pistol is going to be. I don't think that one hits. It's a 15.
That hits.
Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be. Okay, so. Da-da-da-da-da. 14 points of damage for the 2.
Okay, it's dead. And with that, we are ending combat.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And we're gonna take
Alright.
a little bit of a break here.
Oh.
Alright, so, as you have slain the last of the scutum that lie at your feet, multiple bodies now, you hear more footsteps coming up. However, these are definitely, it's one set of footsteps, and definitely not scutum sized. Well, I mean, they're kind of the same size as you. Whatever, not my point. And you see Hera kind of running up, saying, what the hell happened here? Well, actually, never mind. I can figure out what happened here. Is everyone okay?
For now.
I suppose
No.
here, I'm gonna help with that. Nereid, I have advanced healing spray for you. One moment. Okay, here.
General,
Yes?
perhaps you could
Okay.
shed some light to why there are scutum here on Kotharia? What did our ambassador
Alright,
friend
take
say?
13 points of healing back.
Okay, so you get 13 health back. Hera will say, well, I'm not sure exactly, although once S67K0 and I kinda got to the administrative building, well, I had my suspicions.
Oh dear. What happened when you got there? Did they want to talk? What happened? Like, did you find anything out about why they sent that sentinel after us?
It seems, well, there are Kofarians here, but it seems pretty much everybody, at least everyone who's been on the planet, is under at least some sort of mental influence. they're not exactly mind controlled, but they're being influenced and subconsciously persuaded to act irregularly to someone else's whim.
The
This
one with
isn't-
the scutum.
Apparently so.
Oh, maybe we should have left one of these knuckleheads alive and could have answered some questions.
The only good scutum was a dead scutum. Rook.
Were there more Scutum up by the ambassador's building?
I only I didn't see any. And I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but, well, she sort of gestures at the bodies below. I guess I've come to conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, well,
He's-
where's S? Is he safe?
He is still at the administrative building. He's trying to, again, get as much information as he can from the administrators, but at the council. But again, they're being very uncooperative and unreceptive to anything. But he's trying. Only
Well,
to-
let me see if I could pick up pick up these guys' trail. And
Oh, never mind.
Is it-
You do see a trail again. It sort of heads off again around the corner, where like the reinforcements came from. At the same time, everyone make a perception roll, and Eldon, you can do this as well, even though you just did the survival.
I'm sorry, you said what?
Perception roll.
Everyone make perception. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a 19.
A 24.
A
9.
9. We're moving up in the perception world. Might be in double digits next time, you guys.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Tell
Um,
us about it.
So proud, Rook.
Anna, this actually kind of works out kind of perfectly. Anna, you hear very faintly in the distance a sort of a sound that kind of comes and goes. It's sort of it's still very faint and very far away, but you hear sort of a kind of rise in volume and then lower in volume. It's this sort of low droning sound. And I'll say this, it sounds a little familiar.
And what direction is this from? The building? Administrative building?
From the nearby mountains.
Ooh.
Is it familiar to the very first planet that Nereid and I were on? Like, I think there was some electrical droning or something from that one. Maybe.
There-
Maybe not.
It does.
That's what I thought.
Yes, that's what it does. Kind of sound like that.
Okay. Yeah. Anna just says, wait, hold up. Do you all hear that?
Let me
Feel the vibrations in the air?
No?
Let me roll for Hera. Everyone else was definitely a no, but I'll roll for Hera.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Nat the 31. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Hera.
Some molecules in the air.
Hera will just go.
Like Daredevil hearing right now.
Hera will just go. Yes, I did hear that. From
Mhm.
that way,
Awesome.
she'll point over to the mountains. I don't recognize it.
It's a rhythmic rise and fall, and it's actually very similar to the same something that we heard when we had when Nereid and I. So Anna points to Nereid. When we rescued Zal from one of those planets.
Etheria?
The planet Yes, that sounds correct. It was a planet infested with mechanical spiders, and I believe some of the plants were also actually mechanical.
So glad I missed that trip.
Mm-hmm. And it was like all of the flora and fauna were emitting some sort of electrical signal that was very unnerving. And it could be a similar situation here.
I'm gonna have also do a roll here. Fuck. Okay. Actually, you know what? This actually makes sense either way. Harry will think for a moment and then say, "This is restricted, but given the situation, I think I should tell you this anyway."
What is General?
Zal was sent there to acquire something. That droning that you heard, and what apparently might be the same sound you're hearing now. Apparently, it was from a device that had been built by some ancient civilization on that planet. That device was known for influencing people's thoughts.
Ooh.
Zal was sent to retrieve a sample of it so we could possibly test it.
Was Zal successful?
Yes. But as far as I know, that sample was delivered successfully to our labs.
But did you actually see it, or you just got notified, or just, hey, we got it, we're on our way back, and...
Zal showed me the sample, but
I
I did not...
mean, if Zal could go and get a sample, that doesn't mean that some other schmuck couldn't go there and get his own sample.
Mhm.
True, though that planet is in the heart of Zelenian territory.
Mhm.
Either way, if that is what this is, and it seems likely that it is, this is not good.
No.
Is
It
that
seems like
sample-
something we should address immediately.
Clearly, the Scutum are using the Gotharians to wage a proxy war on the Empire.
Is that sample, do we know if that's something exclusive, like a resource exclusive to Illyria or whatever the planet was?
Etheria.
Yeah.
Well, there was a reason we sent Zal there. If it was something found in other places, we, well, would have gone to a more safer location.
So there's a possibility that someone went to Etheria, or basically, there's a possibility that the resources from Etheria are in the hands of the wrong people.
Yes.
Very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And that also implies if Etheria is in the heart of Zelenian territory. That implies the enemy is among us.
We fought Zal once.
Are you
Did
suggesting
we win or lose? I forget.
you got kind of destroyed? Actually,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not destroyed, let's just be honest.
Mhm.
But you know,
Yeah.
less quickly than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alistair
We had a
got-
chance.
Alistair, quote unquote. It works because at the time it was Alistair. Got like one hit KO'd basically.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah. I remember that. Okay.
It's,
Yeah. Remember
Har-
that time you were lame?
That might have been your first session, Alice.
It was.
I
Possibly.
think it was, yeah, it was.
Hera will just say, "Look, that's not the important. Right now, what's important is trying to get this. Is to find this device and destroy it. We cannot have the Scutum subjugating the entire Kafarians. Even though the Kafarians are a looser connection of looser control over their territory than either of us do, they still hold great influence over a large section of the galaxy. And with them under Scutum, well, maybe not control, but at least suggestion, this is very bad."
But what good news is, if we free them from this suggestion, then they'll for sure be on our side, and then we'll have that advantage.
Yeah, one would hope.
You're being too optimistic, Rook.
Yeah, well, yeah, gotta carry the candle of hope until it rains. Well, we should rest up first before we make an assault on the mountains, at least for an hour.
What of the other squadron? Claren, Jolly, Kashal, Hamala.
No reports yet. But
Is it possible that you can contact Zal so that we get some information about this artifact?
yes, I can. I can do that. I will also... kind of hate to do this, but I kind of think I should stay here.
Okay. If you think that's best.
I need to make sure that there's not something else going on here that could end up being even worse. I need to keep an eye out on a 67K0, as well as the Administration Council as a whole, and, well, if you lot ran into these Scudam here, let's just say there's probably a lot more Scudam that know that someone is here.
Mhm.
I don't want them to
Mhm.
I don't want them to try anything, especially with all the Kofarians around in the administrative zone. You think
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them did give off the high-pitched yell. Reinforcements came, and I mean, you know how those sound. The vibrations of it sometimes can't even be detected by our ears, and it can carry long distances.
Yes, I hate to leave this to you alone, and, well, I guess I can... If you really need my help, I guess you can call me and I will be there as soon as possible, but... Well, I've seen you work together, and you have impressed me so far.
All right. Well, thank you.
It is probably best that one of us does stay and keep tabs on S67.
Yes.
So, works for me.
Right, well... I guess you should probably go back to his place to rest.
Yes. Do you think this can wait until the morning, or should we just take an hour and hike out now?
That's up to your discretion.
All right.
Well,
So
is there
the
any food around here? Oh, sorry.
So the objective is simple. Torch and burn the device, kill the bad guys, right?
Yep.
Works for me.
I like it. Simple, easy to remember. All right. So yeah, let's head
So,
on
is
back.
there food around here?
Oh, you said food? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, food.
Harry will say, you didn't check the walls?
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't want to rip into anything. I knew something was hidden. But we were told not to touch.
You were told not
Well,
to. You were told not to touch his sleeping device. All the stuff is in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you cold?
Good to know.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, not really. Adrenaline.
Anyway, we'll keep in touch, General. We'll get that thing shut down. Maybe get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, dude.
All right. I will. If you need me, you know how to contact me.
Yes.
Of course.
I hope to hear good things.
Wait, how do we contact her? Do we have like a
you
device to do
yeah,
that?
Yeah, fucking,
Okay.
WhatsApp, whatever.
Okay. We haven't done it yet, so I was like, do we
Yeah.
contact her? Gotcha.
Okay, so with that, Hera will sort of like give you a nod and head back the way she came towards the large building.
Okay.
Something tells me this isn't going to be a simple torch and burn up.
What would
No.
make
Maybe
you
that
think
idea.
that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Nereid, you remember when we were on Etheria? We didn't do anything with the device. We just were able to escape it.
I try not to think about that place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spiders, disgusting, blocked out.
Yes, but the Empire is at stake here. And you're soldiers of the Empire, are you not?
Mm-hmm.
We are soldiers.
Well, my name tag says.
But see, speaking of steak, I can go for a good one.
Right, let's go back to the ambassador's quarters. I'm gonna try remembering that ridiculous name of his.
It's not that hard to remember.
Maybe just code S. S works.
That's it.
Whatever.
The dash is important.
That's that. How are you holding up? Asking Nereid.
Frankly, I don't want to be here. But we're here. So, you know. Look, I know
Here,
you
let-
probably want
yeah.
me to spout some kind of heroic and meaningful diatribe about how how important our great and powerful empire is, and how we're supposed to be the frontline defenders and sacrifice our lives for people that don't give a shit.
Alistair, maybe, would have said something like that.
Who the hell is Alistair? I barely got to know the kid before your little charade started falling apart. As far as I cared, Alistair never existed.
He did exist. And I'd watch your
did.
tone if I were you.
Who are you to tell me how to talk?
I!
Maybe you were important in another life. Maybe you
Eldon,
were
let's go
important in
get
your
food.
great and wonderful battle. Maybe you were important to someone else. You're not important to me, and you will not speak to me like that.
You will not.
We are
speak
supposed to
me.
be on the same team, you selfish, self-righteous bastard!
Yep.
And Nereid will
Maybe,
leave.
maybe I should let
Eldon,
the
should we get food?
Maybe I should let the Scutum kill you.
No, we don't.
Had to think on that one.
Let it. No. It's like
No, let's not.
like,
Like, no, hey guys, how about this cool ramen place I found on Google Maps?
Eldon, Chad and Nereid are fighting, and then like all of a sudden, no, Eldon's like, no, kumbaya, my lord.
Ah.
oh damn. Yeah. Why don't we
Well,
Oh,
Anna
yeah,
literally
take
is
that.
like, I don't have time for this. I'm hungry. I'm going back. And Anna starts walking.
Eldon will sort of trudge behind everybody else back to A6 one's place.
Okay, so is everyone going back to the Kafarian's place?
Before, yeah, use politician's house.
Yes, useless politician.
This dude better have good food.
Right. So what do? We just keep like pressing the walls.
I don't
I
know.
think they eat like rice cake or something.
They better not just eat a pill.
Oh
Says
god.
the person who just wanted to eat plain crackers. Oh no, what if the drawer's just full of plain crackers?
Crackers, excuse you.
That would be the
These
that would
crackers...
be the perfect end to this disappointing day.
No. These crackers are saltine crackers, and they satisfy one of the senses of taste. A mere pill satisfies none.
Nereid's gonna slowly like alienate everybody on the team, and the last straw is gonna be saying that crackers suck in front of Anna.
Yes, are we at the Kafarian's place now?
Yeah.
All right, well, apparently behind the walls, so I guess we can have at it.
Mhm.
Okay, well, what do you do?
Eldon's just gonna go and kind of press his hand against wall panels. Or just
Play
like the wall.
DDR against the wall.
Okay. Well, the one that you
Chad is just gonna like take his rifle and like bash it against the wall.
Okay. When Eldon sort of like presses his hand on the wall, there's sort of a beep, and it's sort of a part of the wall sort of just like slides away to reveal. What are we going to reveal here? Let's see.
I think we're on the other map.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm whatever. I'm not dealing with a map for this.
Okay.
I'll just say, yeah, it reveals a set of clothing, like multiple sets of clothing.
Other clothing?
Wow, that's what we were looking for, but
Great.
oops.
Is it cold
Well, we
weather?
don't need
Well, I
us
mean, well, if it's
anymore.
Kolfarian clothing, it's gotta be cold weather, so.
Yep, cold weather clothing.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't think even fits us.
No, it seems like it fits me just fine.
Well, yeah.
Or at least
we're-
that's one of us.
And it fits Eldon too.
Well, I mean, we have the
With a
ship. You
question
would
mark.
think on a transport ship we would have survival equipment.
50% is still an
Oh.
F, guys.
That is true.
All right. Well, this isn't food. I don't
Okay.
think.
What's on the next wall?
It slides away to reveal the other opposite wall. Sort of slides away to reveal what sort of looks like a large like kind of fridge that's sort of like built into the wall. And you see a basically just kind of stacked up all along like in rows and columns are what look like I don't know 2-inch cubes of side length to about 2 inches of what looks like tofu.
Oh,
The
God.
fuck?
Eldon kind of frowns at it, like, so is this more? And looks up at Neri. So is this more or less disappointing than crackers?
I didn't think that was possible.
Shut up
Even
and
for me, this is less.
Would be.
Well, I mean, this
I mean,
is more disappointing.
I think we can all agree it's better than the pill. But you know
The
what?
pill.
Dad's right.
No. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Dad's right. We should just eat and make merry.
I
Eldon's
thought
gonna
you
take-
said that's right.
I heard that
Yeah,
too.
wait,
That is what he
said.
Dad's right.
Dad's right.
Why are mommy and daddy fighting?
Nobody argues with Dad.
I don't like this universe.
Gibson.
I already know your mother was a complicated man.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, my stomach. Yeah. So when I take a bite of the tofu cube, how does it taste? Like tofu or something else?
Yep.
Like tofu?
Yep.
Was it one giant chunk, or do we need to like cut it?
No, there's multiple of them. They're all stacked up in like a row.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I
Okay.
guess I'm gonna eat one or
Guess
two
we
things of
each
tofu.
get our own
Tofu.
punishment. Great.
Yes. Chad's
Well.
gonna eat one.
Anna's gonna nibble off the corner of one and then slowly consume the block.
Just nibbling it like a squirrel.
Yeah.
It's just gonna poke it and watch it ripple.
Oh.
Strange folk, these Kofarian.
Indeed. Well, I wonder how they'll be once we get rid of that influencing thing. That's just so weird that they'd have something like that.
I doubt it was here naturally.
Yeah. Well, like you guys said, it probably came from that tech planet that you went to earlier. But yeah,
But
Yeah.
but if that's the case, that planet we know is deep within Zelinian territory. So if they
Right.
were able to acquire something from there, either it seems weird that they would be able to acquire that, and there must have been something underhanded going on.
Maybe.
We either have a traitor in the Empire, or we have.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
Are
Mhm.
the Mendeshan part of Zelinia,
Yes.
or are they like rogue in general?
They're part of
Okay,
the
so they're
Zillion
like,
Empire.
and normally, do people of Zelinia just not bother with them? I guess, like, do we just leave them be? Are there planets of Mendeshan?
Yeah, so there is the planet of Mendesha, which is, where the Mendeshans are from.
And we just don't bother with anything. So like we wouldn't even have any military or something on Mendesha.
There's like, there's some presence there, just like, any sort of collaboration like this. Well, how about this? Roll a history check.
Okay.
Anyone can do this.
I happen to have
16.
history, so might as well use it.
20.
Oh, there we go.
History.
History.
I think
We went to school, right?
yeah, totally.
Neri didn't.
Well,
Oh no.
Neri didn't give a fuck about school. She was just trying to rip textbooks with her bare hands.
Rip a phone book in
I
half.
believe
Okay.
Do we still make phone books?
Actually, yes, there was one in my mailbox like a month ago.
Yeah, they keep fucking
Oh.
showing up on the driveway. I don't know why.
We
Wow.
never get them. Is like that is a California thing now?
I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah. So
Valon's a homeowner, so he gets to be an adult.
no, again, Neria doesn't know. The rest of you, again, you know that as I've said this before, but Mendesha, even though Mendesha is part of Zillian territory and they do have representation in the Zillian Senate, they have been kind of historically known to be kind of like at odds with the Empire fairly often, and there hasn't been like full out like civil war or anything, but it's been sort of a kind of tense relation.
Mhm.
And I will say that Eldon, you know that recently there actually has been sort of a push by sort of the local Mendeshan government to actually be like, okay, maybe we should actually like kind of try to get along. Let's try to have things go, decently peaceful and not be as annoying. So, yeah.
Yeah, which might Eldon's going to bring that up. Like there has actually in recent years there's been a push from the Mendeshan government to cease hostilities and have and develop a more of a relationship with the Selenian Empire. So that's good on the planetary front, but I could definitely see that pushing some extremists on the other end of that spectrum into action.
Potentially like the ones that went after us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why we keep such traitors under our empire. It's clear that having them here is not going to do anyone any good.
Well, we could.
They probably pay the taxes.
If they're trying to get if they're trying to get along, better to have friends than enemies. I mean, if they weren't, then I'd be right there with you. But if the government's trying to get along, maybe we just gotta weed out some bad apples, and then they'll fall right in line, or cease being a problem.
Even though they've had a history of this behavior.
Right?
We got thrown into the brig because of stuff a Mendeshan's done.
Yeah, alright.
For all we know, the Mendeshans are the inside men for the Scutum.
Well, maybe those particular Mendeshans who stole stuff off the ship, but maybe. But we can't hold their whole race or their whole planet responsible for those two idiots. And as far as history goes, I mean, there's definitely the adage that history repeats itself. So I understand your concern, but also there was planetary strife within the Zillion Empire before, or at least separation, and now it's together. So that that speaks to there can be evolution in history as well. So maybe it's a good thing.
It could be. It's just we do need to keep our eyes and ears open, especially to the possibility of a mole within
Yeah.
Zelinia. Otherwise, how else would this artifact gotten here? I guess we'll find
Yeah.
out more info. One, when the other party gives up their news, and
Mhm.
two, when we actually see the artifact up in the mountains here. Is it really the same one?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything to even demo it? Can you even demo it?
Wait, I guess one question that I have, when we, and maybe Anna will just ask Nerd, do you remember when we rescued Zal? What state of mind was Zal in?
She was pretty much catatonic. There's no way to wake her up.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we've only seen the effects. Well, yeah, we haven't seen it personally. We haven't personally seen any of the artifacts. We've only just been around its presence.
Do we have any more intel on this artifact, or do we have contact with Zal?
That's why I asked Hera.
And
Perhaps in the morning, Hera might know more.
hopefully,
Right.
I don't want to go into an op half-assed.
Especially knowing that
Yeah.
there's more Scudum than just the few that we faced. There's probably a cave full of them.
There's probably an entire garrison, seeing as they have this whole planet under its heels.
Mm-hmm.
What's 4 of us going to do against an entire garrison? I think the general puts too much faith in us.
But our goal does not necessarily have to be to exterminate all. The goal needs to be destroy that artifact and get out.
Yeah, and we couldn't do that in a big unit, so we're special ops stealth over here.
Well, yeah. Anna
Rourke,
nods,
no
even
offense,
though
man,
she
but I've
knows.
seen your stealth.
Well, then his hand gonna goes with a bump on his head where he hit the wall earlier. And it's like, yeah, and doesn't say anything else.
Anna rubs her tushy because that's where she fell on the stealth.
We are
Hey, how you
fighting.
called it a tushy?
We are fighting at a very extreme disadvantage.
What we could do, we don't actually know there's a garrison of Scudum here.
Best to assume the worst, then nothing will ever disappoint you.
That is a very pessimistic outlook on life.
And you'll be pleasantly surprised if it doesn't happen.
Can't argue with that, sadly.
Given what we know, our odds are not that good to begin with. And now Hera wants us to go and destroy this artifact, of which you say influences people and puts people in a catatonic state, was it?
Yeah.
We think so. Yes.
So
Wait a
being
minute.
even near the artifact can put the entire operation in danger.
Yeah. What's to stop it from influencing us?
That's precisely what I'm saying, Rook.
Well, Nereid and I were on this planet and we were able to go in and rescue Zal, so I think as long as we don't have prolonged exposure, I think we can still make it through.
Got it. Face coverings, mouth and nose. Do this.
How big is this device? Or did you not see it?
I don't think we've seen it.
Well, we don't even know how big it is. We don't know how strong, how much integrity it has.
Yeah, so do you have any bombs ready?
No, I don't. We'll probably need munitions of decent quality. I don't think the Skofarians have such thing. Well, like
Are
I
there
said,
any on
we're
the
going this up half-assed.
Are there any munitions on the ship, or can we I don't know.
Oh yeah, wait.
Or-
Can we actually go to the ship because it's on the other door? Why?
You want to try to head through the other door?
Anna will.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna will be like, all right, let's see what the ship has. Because, question, this ship, which one is this ship again?
This is Harris'
The
ship.
Less-
monster.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Let's take a look.
So,
So
Go ahead.
Anna goes to the back door.
okay, so again, the back door leads to some steps down to sort of like a little platform and like a tunnel, basically. And the platform has a little sort of device to sort of like, basically, sort of like, a go device, put your hand on the thing and then it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So you put your hand on the thing,
Yes.
nothing happens.
Boo. Sorry, is this for the door or for the ship?
To get on the platform that will take you back toward the ship.
Hmm. Yeah, Anna will just say, all right, this seems to be touch sensor and we don't have the credentials, but possibly a Kofarian would? Or if S over here had some sort of identification.
Touching wall. Alden's gonna touch the wall nearest the bed.
It slides away to sort of like an alcove that, like, someone of, well, the Kafarian size or your size could step into.
Ooh.
That sort of looks like a shower stall.
That is not credentials. Alden's gonna close it and move on.
Well, was there anything in there?
Just a place to wash oneself.
Okay.
I mean, who puts their ID in the bathroom? That's just weird.
Depends, is it DNA based?
This
Bathroom?
sensor potentially could be because we've seen. Did we ever see if the Kofarian or Hera put their hand on this sensor?
The one for the platform?
Yeah.
The Kafarian did.
Yeah. So Anna says the Kofarian put their hand on it, so it could be biometric, it could be fingerprints, but it could also be skin cells, and it could be DNA based.
Yeah. Do you think maybe
Is there any hair in that shower stall? I feel like this Kofarian was bald anyways, but whatever.
I mean, the Kofarians don't really have hair, do they?
One hair is all it takes.
Make a nature check.
Nature. Damn it.
No!
We suck at nature.
We couldn't even tell if he was bald or not.
It's so sad. Oh yes, as if we have to jump over an extreme
Oh
bar.
my God!
Oh my
Julie, save us.
No.
No!
We fucking suck.
Somehow
Oh, wow.
you don't know if the Kofarian has hair or not. Dude.
I fucking hate it here.
Anna's like, I really don't know. Now that I think about it, I've never actually bothered to check if Kofarians naturally have hair.
You didn't even
Somehow
bother.
that never came up for me either.
It never came up to ask his
Drop a
fucking
bazillion
name.
army.
What
But
was that,
I
Valon?
mean, yeah,
I
sorry.
said you never
What did
even
Val-
bothered to ask his fucking name. It was like, of course
Right
you don't
after
know
we
his
almost got him killed like 2 times. Or no, he almost got killed 2 times. Oh yeah.
But if there was hair on this man, It would be in the shower stall.
Oh, all right. So maybe we could try and scrape DNA from the shower stall.
Why do
Oh,
we
maybe
need, why do we need skin flakes again?
because we're
We
trying to
just
get to
need
the ship,
something as
apparently.
credential for the Kofarian.
Oh my god.
Can I use my thieves' tools to like very carefully scrape like the walls? Or my
I thought you said scrape the balls, and I was really doing
Oh my lord!
This got weird. This,
Well,
I like
Best
how
place to do-
I just want to clarify that this all started with we should rest.
Rest.
But okay,
Myriad is gonna rest. Fuck this place.
okay, long rest or short rest?
Long.
Okay. So while you're long resting, these hooligans over here are fucking trying to scrape them. Okay, do
No,
it-
these
Anna
two
will catch up
hooligans.
with the long
Okay.
rest. Yeah, I mean, we got time, so
Okay,
Anna
fine.
will still
Right.
if you're doing if you're doing the
strenuous
hold
activity,
on.
this counts.
If you're doing the scraping thing, do an investigation check.
Okay,
I ain't doing it.
I'll do it.
Okay. Anna, are you doing it or no?
Sure.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, okay. You surprisingly find nothing. It literally
Dude
looks.
never sleeps or showers.
It literally perfect. It looks like perfectly clean.
Wow,
Ugh.
that's annoying. Because we're trying to get his DNA because his DNA opens the door that gets us back to our ship. Is that right?
That's what you are assuming.
That's what we think. Yeah. Can
Alright, well,
Anna
you know what?
check
Let's
the... Oh,
if we
yeah,
can't
go
do
ahead.
it like that. Well, let's rest first.
I have a
and then,
better idea.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can just wait for him to come back. This is his house after all.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do that while resting. Sounds good. All right. So we'll long rest while waiting for K6217 to come back.
Okay. Well, everyone, long rests.
Yay! Health.
I'm imagining Nereid's doing the thing that, like, remember in like the old Pokemon anime, like where Jessie like talked about how poor she was, so she'd make like food out of snow.
I don't remember that at all, but okay.
Well, that's because you're a scrub and you never watched the show.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are you talking about Pokemon, Julie?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
that's what Nereid's doing.
Just eating snow.
Yeah, but it's shaped like all this elaborate food.
Snow, snow, I love it so. No.
Okay. Well, so everyone sleeps, I guess. And if you when you wake up, well, nobody else in the room with you. Still just you.
He didn't come home.
Yeah. Oh, and that alarm thing you set up. How long is the alarm thing supposed to last?
8 hours, so it's now gone.
Okay. Well, it never activated at all.
Okay. Makes sense. We didn't see anyone around.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Alright, so shall we pay them a visit in the ambassadors then? We do have to go out onto the streets.
and run into more Scutum along the way.
Well, it's either that or we head straight to the caves.
Fair point.
So we're
And also, we do want intel from Zal, and we can get that from Hera.
okay.
Yes,
Remember,
we
you
can.
have a method of contacting Hera.
Oh, yeah, wait. Okay, yeah.
Space app. It's like WhatsApp, but in space.
I'm gonna go contact Hera.
Okay.
I guess we all can contact Hera. It's like
Yeah,
it's
I
like
need to know what you're saying.
Oh,
Like put hair on speaker.
oh wait. Oh yeah.
Hera on speaker.
General, it's Chad and Anna and Eldon and Nereid.
Yeah, I'm here in the back. I'm not actually in the frame, but I'm here.
Good morning.
Hello. Are you
Were you
rested?
able to find any intel?
Are you specifically talking about Zal?
Zal, yes.
Unfortunately, no. They have not responded.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
ghosted.
not a good thing.
That said, well... hmm. I'm gonna make a roll.
Don't fucking lie to me.
oh.
Anyone want to do an insight?
I
Sure.
will.
Well. Anyone else?
Give me a second.
I'm going.
Insightful person.
No.
4.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, yeah. So after the thing where it said basically that Zal hasn't responded, Harold will just sort of say, yes, well, that's not uncommon.
An odd thing to not be common in the military. Well, I mean, I guess
And
important
again,
missions-
Chad can tell that she's clearly not saying something.
I know it might be a big ask, General, but do you think we can have you come by the Kafarians' abode so we may talk more freely?
Yes, momentarily.
Speaking of, where's the Kafarian? With your permission, we were wanting to go search the ship to see if there are any
Bombs.
munitions, so we can take down whatever devices on that mountain.
Eldon makes like blowing up noises and spreads hands behind Chad.
Well, for one, that's my ship, so you wouldn't be asking him to be taking anything out of it.
We're asking you, and we're asking him to open the door so we can get to the ship once we get your permission, ma'am. If
Anna will say, well, the idea was we weren't entirely sure of the size of this artifact that we need to destroy, which is why we wanted some info from Zal. Because if it is really big, we don't have the firepower to completely destroy it.
Well, I mean, the artifact that was still left on Etheria was a gigantic tower. That said, the sample that Zal took was quite small. Again, it fit in her hand. I highly doubt that anyone would have been able to take the entire tower. That would have been basically nearly impossible.
her point. So I take it we don't need heavy munitions to take this thing down if it's just the size of the palm of a hand?
Well, assuming that's what it is, I would presume so. I mean, only thing else I can think of is... Well, let me put it this way. The explosives that I have in the ship, let's just say if you were to set those off in those mountains, this town wouldn't be very happy with you.
The way you make it sound, General, will this town even exist?
It'll exist.
In ruins.
Very well, I guess I don't like completing ops without, or undertaking ops without proper intel, but I guess it can't be helped.
Nope, unfortunately, sometimes, especially when it comes to things like this, you have to just go in, well, without much. However, I do have something for you.
Hmm.
I did a bit of scouting at the edge of the city, seeing if there were to find other Scudam around, and also to see if I could notice something with the mountains. And, well, I think I spotted where they were coming from.
Ooh, that's helpful.
Yes.
An entrance in the mountains, perhaps?
Exactly. In fact, I'm pretty sure they sort of built a little small base into one of the mountains.
Oh. Eldon looks to Chad. You may have been right.
Hang
They had
on, my earbud fell out. What was it right about?
That Scudam had built a base in the side of the mountain where the humming.
Did I say that?
You said that there would. What you were right about
Garrison.
is
Yes.
Yeah, you said they probably garrisoned in there.
Eldon was hoping like, nah, surely not. Nope, it's there.
I will say
Surely
I haven't the numbers of Scudam I've seen around there is, well, it's in the dozens, not the hundreds.
That's
Still not something we can take head on.
right.
Head on? No, definitely not. But, well, I saw multiple entrances.
Okay, so hopefully
One
they'll
of
be
which-
spread thin enough we can slip
yeah.
through.
One of which seems to be sort of a back way, which, at least from where I saw, wasn't actually directly guarded. That said, you will have to climb up the mountain a bit to get to it.
Mm-hmm. All right, we
More
got.
climbing and more mountaineering? Alright.
Right.
And in general, I guess, like, can Hera tell us the location? Like, does she need to get over here to show us, or can she kind of just send that info?
Oh, like where the base thing is? The entrance is?
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll like, okay. She'll say, here, I'll send you, some location data that I managed to collect.
Excellent.
Perfect. That is very helpful.
Yeah, so I'll, just to kind of set the stage here, let's say that kind of from where you are, the administrative building is kind of like to the north of you at about a mile, whereas the mountains sort of start up, like, again, west of you. Again, let's say about a mile. So, they're right angles from each other from where you are.
Gotcha.
Right.
Is there anything else you need from me? Again, I will be on
No.
call in case you do need something.
Of course.
You got it.
Well, I guess last thing. So this artifact, presumably it's very valuable. Do you want it destroyed or retrieved? And possibly it might need to be destroyed to get rid of the effect, but...
Retrieve if possible, but don't stress out too much.
Oh,
I think liberating Kofaria from Scudam control, it would probably be the best thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah, that is the primary goal.
So yeah, so however that happens is they would call that mission success.
Rog. That'll answer all our questions, General.
Yeah, thank you for your time and your assistance and direction.
Indeed. All right. I will I hope to hear success from you momentarily.
Instead, she'll probably hear the alarm of Scootum going off, but sure.
Literally, like 1 minute later.
There's just a mushroom cloud in the distance.
You're now entering the most secure mountain range on Kofaria.
Great. Now what? We gotta go get the thing and destroy it, but we gotta climb up a mountain, and there's an entire base of Scudum standing between us and our primary objective.
Now we need to somehow avoid the entire way, because the moment that they notice us, the jig is basically up, and we have to go into like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If we get caught when we're not even close, then I don't even want to think about that.
Oh, come on, guys. We're the protagonists. Fine.
Yeah, let's hope we're not a. What is it? No, or let's hope we're not a Game of Thrones or The Expanse story.
Oh, come on. We're not that special. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, question. This garrison that we know of, how high up is it? I'm just trying to choose some prepared spells. And I want to know if I want to prepare a certain one. Is it just really, really high? Like, is it on a cliff?
Can you let me know what spell it is you're wondering about? So I can look at
Featherfall. Yeah.
Oh.
If we happen to fall off the cliff, I just...
That, I'll just right now, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
Okay. Yay, we won't get pushed off a cliff.
Yay!
Yay.
Not with
feat?
that attitude.
What feat do I want to have?
I will try to yeet myself off a cliff and you can't stop me.
Don't
Can
tell
I
me how to
have-
play the role-playing game, Valon.
Can I have firearm specialists
Oh.
What? Oh, is this a
as
feat?
my feat? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, choosing the feet.
Oh yeah,
now.
we have to do
That's
feet.
interesting.
Oh yeah, our session's over, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about
Okay.
we'll talk about the feet. So I just want to stop the recording.